Capricorn. Welcome to your tarot reading. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Either way, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for sharing your energy with me. I do appreciate it. Be sure and like and follow on TikTok and YouTube for me so that I can grow my collectives. It's a huge goal for me this year, and I would really appreciate you guys helping me out with that. Whatever message comes out today is what you need to hear from Spirit. That's the intention I have set. I'm going to pull a traditional Celtic cross spread from the tarot, and then I did bring out my oracle deck. We'll pull a couple cards from that at the end and kind of wrap up your message with those. So let's see. We have 6 of Cups, 5 of Wands, 2 of Swords, 8 of Cups, the Sun, 4 of Swords, Ace of Cups, the Hierophant, Queen of Pentacles, and the 6 of Swords. Wow. Underneath we have the 9 of Wands. So there's definitely some challenges that you're overcoming right now. Dealing with some heavy energy. You're probably very tired, very fatigued. But you're right at the end of whatever these burdens are that you're carrying. So this is the 9 of Wands. They call him the wounded warrior. He has this bandage on his head, but it's also, you're right at the end of this cycle, and you're just pushing through, persevering, but you're near the end of it because the 10 is the end of the cycle. So you have the 8 of Cups and the 6 of Swords. So you're definitely moving on emotionally and mentally from a situation. But we'll get into the tarot and get the message. So the situation here is the 6 of Cups, and this is about nostalgia. It's about memories. It's also about like happiness and joy, but it's also like childhood. So like the childhood memories. You've got the 2 like children on the card here, but I kept thinking like childhood memories. It's like a comfort or like a comfort zone, but it's also like needing I keep feeling like healing from childhood memories. The blockage here is 5 of Wands, which is like a challenge or, again, obstacles. So maybe childhood memories are very challenging for you. It could be, maybe you just have some mother or father wounds. I don't know why that came out when I was pulling the cards and going through this. It just, those childhood memories are kind of a challenge for you for whatever reason. Maybe something happened in your childhood, whether that's with your parents or, family members, siblings, whatever it was. But underneath here, we have the 2 of Swords, which is about, it's making a decision. So this is like a stuck energy, and she's blocking her heart. And she has this blindfold on, so she's refusing to see options. She's refusing to move forward. And I feel like this is Spirit telling you that you need to move forward from whatever these childhood memories are. And I feel like you are, because again, we had the 8 of Cups and the 6 of Swords. This is about moving on from whatever these blockages are from your childhood. That's probably like healing an inner child wound. This may be very specific for some of you, but maybe you have childhood wounds or mother father wound. If you have any of that, look into like wounds, family wounds. Definitely carrying a heavy burden that has to do with family and memories, and it could be like a childhood home that you're having issues with. So in the recent past, we have that 8 of Cups card, which is moving on, leaving things behind you, moving on to bigger and better things. But it's also about moving on with courage and optimism, because he's kind of walking off here into the dark, and he has no idea what he's walking into. And most people say it's from the 8 of Cups comes the 9 of Cups, which is a wish fulfillment. And that could be true, but the person on this card doesn't know that. So, but you're definitely leaving something behind, letting things go, searching for new things, bigger and better things. And the cups are about your emotions. So I feel like emotionally you are detaching from whatever this was from your childhood. And you're making the choice to do this. Or you could have recently made the choice to do this, because this is in your recent past. You could have mentally or emotionally just made the choice to move on and stop blocking yourself from whatever this is. So your higher self, your subconscious, we have the Sun card. This is all about happiness, finding your joy, your vitality. Again, with the child on this card here, that's child sitting on the horse. This is about, your inner child, maybe healing your inner child, making your inner child happy, finding that energy, that confidence again. And, this is your kind of your higher self telling you to focus on what's going to make you happy, heal from this, walk away from this, and heal that inner child and find your happiness. In the near future, we have the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is about rest, recovery. It's also about healing. So you're definitely healing from some type of wound. I just keep feeling like it's some kind of childhood wound or something to do with something that happened in your childhood. It may not be a mother-father wounds, but it's definitely something that happened in the past. And it doesn't even have to be like, young child. It could be, if I'm 43, maybe something that happened when you were in your 20s, that's still a kid in my opinion, but it's just something that happened in the past. Or it could be something to do with your family and you're just choosing to move on. Sometimes that's a very hard decision because the Two of Swords is a very difficult decision to make, but maybe you have been carrying a burden with a family member or a childhood friend for too long, and you're just deciding that it's no longer serving you, and it's time to put that burden down and move on from that situation. It could be a childhood friend, it could be a family member, it could be a cousin, whatever it was. It's some sort of something from the past. So, but I do see you, getting some rest, getting some recovery. This can also be like a card of meditation. I'm very big on meditation. I feel like it heals a lot. It kind of helps clear your headspace. I have a lot of digital products on my website for meditation and manifestation and a lot of journaling, which helps. So go check that out if you're interested. But I just feel like you need to get some rest and self-care. The advice from Spirit is the Ace of Cups. This is about being emotionally fulfilled and filling your own cup of love here. So you see this cup is like overflowing, and I feel like Spirit is telling you that it's time to focus on yourself and open your heart to loving relationships. If this is something that you're moving on from here, it's time to open up to more loving memories, more loving partnerships, and that's with self as well. So I feel like it's just time to kind of what fills your cup for you, what's going to bring you this sun, this happiness. Just take those small steps towards filling your heart. That could be just taking a bath for today or going for a walk in nature, whatever it is for you. Focus on your happiness and filling your own cup. In your environment, the influence here is the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is traditions, beliefs. It is the church. It is religions. It's institutions. It's also about teaching and learning. So you could very well be dealing with obstacles in your childhood belief systems. Maybe this has to do with religion. Maybe you were raised a certain way. This could also just be you learning how to focus on yourself, focus on filling your own cup, focus on walking away from these things that are no longer serving you and these obstacles that are holding you back here. So your hopes and fears, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles is Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So I feel like this is you just wanting your power back, you wanting to step into your power and stand on your own. She is financially independent. She's very nurturing. She's very compassionate queen. And you don't have to be a female. You can be male or female. It's just the feminine energy. We all have masculine and feminine, but she's very grounded, and she's, she nurtures herself and she provides for herself. And I feel like that's just what you're calling in for yourself. This is what you want for you. You want to be able to take care of yourself and be grounded and balanced here. And the overall outcome, we have the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords is moving on, moving to calmer waters, transitioning. So you could physically be moving because this person, is in a boat and they are physically moving here. This could just be a representation of your mentality because, again, the swords are our thoughts. So this could just be you mentally moving on after you have emotionally walked on from whatever this was, moved on, walked on, whatever. Leaving this. This could just be a comfort zone and overcoming obstacles because you have to leave a comfort zone. I just kept getting the childhood memories, something to do with family or overcoming something in childhood. This can also be some kind of comfort zone, whatever that is for you. And, you're refusing to kind of move out of a comfort zone, whatever that is. That's coming through as well, because the Six of Cups is about like being comfortable, being things that are familiar. But whatever that is for you, you're definitely moving on, and you're moving to calmer waters. So things have been very difficult, very heavy energy. You're probably just very tired, but you're moving on to calmer waters and transitioning to a smoother pace here. Let's see. What does Capricorn not see coming, Spirit? Does Capricorn not see coming? Love it. Okay, yeah, this is you, like, doing your own thing, being financially independent. The Nine of Pentacles is all about luxury. She is financially independent. She handles her own, again, male or female, it doesn't matter. But this person is just very financially independent, very they're materially successful, and you could be self-employed. Maybe you're moving on from a comfort zone in work and overcoming obstacles, finding your own happiness because you just weren't happy in whatever situation this was. It doesn't have to be childhood memories. That was just coming through very strong, and that may be for one particular person, but this could be in any situation. You could be leaving a comfort zone in a relationship and moving on your own. Again, it's a general reading, so take it how it resonates for you. But this is you being independent. You're the strong, independent woman or man. And then you have the Justice card here. So things are balancing out. This is Libra energy, but there's the scales here. This is like the karma, like reaping what you sow, karma. It's all about like balance and fairness. So I feel like this is what you don't see coming is financially independent, standing out on your own. Like things are balancing out, and there is a new passionate beginning coming in here for you. Like Spirit is giving you this new like lease on life. They're handing you this gift of this Ace of Wands. Whatever you're passionate about. It could be a financial opportunity. It could be a new passionate beginning in work, in a relationship, or just your spirituality in general. But whatever it is, it's very good energy. I love those cards together. Like the balancing out, you becoming more independent. And the balance could be just like financially, emotionally, spiritually, everything balancing out for you in order to take that Ace of Wands. I love that. That's really good energy. So what does Capricorn need to focus on? Actions and advice for Capricorn, please, spirits. Awesome. So you have the Magician, which is like master manifester energy. This is focus on your manifestations. You have everything that you need. The Magician has all of the tools that he needs at his disposal. So you are the master of your domain is what I just heard. So, you have all the tools that you need to manifest whatever it is that you want. Trust your intuition and focus on what it is you want to bring in here and manifest your dreams. And then you have the King of Wands, which is it's a fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag, but I feel like when, Spirit's telling you the actions and advice here is to like be optimistic, be bold. The King of Wands is a fire energy, but it's about being optimistic, being an entrepreneur, seeing things from a different point of view, like the bird's eye view, basically. So if this is you moving on from a job and moving into something for yourself, you will be financially independent. Spirit is just telling you to focus on your leadership here and focus on your manifestations. Trust your intuition on whatever situation you are in because you have all the tools that you need. But you have some amazing things coming in here. I really love this for you. New passionate beginning coming in here. Let's pull a couple oracle cards for you and kind of wrap this up. So we have orphaned and regeneration. This is kind of like my rebirth card. You're definitely going through a transition here, leaving some old things behind. So orphaned is number 5, in case that resonates for you. A sense of loss, an identity crisis, recognizing that you don't fit in and the need to belong, uncertainty about your place. We were all meant to have connections with other people within our family, society, and the larger culture. No man is an island, and it's important to recognize when being a part of rather than separate from is essential to your well being. The issue at hand is the need to find where you fit. Be true to your core truths and values. Perhaps you no longer identify with a group or a community the way you did before, and you need to find a new situation. You might be feeling a deep sense of loss or confusion. Address the need for belonging and know that you will find your place with others of like mind and spirit. It's okay to let go of pressure to fit in. Not everyone will understand you. It's time to move on. Yeah, you've definitely got those two cards of moving on, which the overall outcome says that you do. And again, this, if it's not like some kind of childhood obstacle that you're facing, then this could just be you were comfortable, you were in a familiar area, but it is no longer certain. Like there are obstacles in that familiar area. So again, it could be a job or it could be family members and you're moving on from those family members. And that's never easy when you're leaving family behind. Regeneration is number 46. And you had this hierophant, this belief systems, which could be family beliefs, family traditions that are in your current environment. Rebirth, second chances, new opportunities. Second chances are available to you now. Whatever opportunities you thought were dead are now revived in a more authentic, stronger form. Whatever you may have perceived as a failure or loss is now being replaced by something better and more powerful growing in its place. This rebirth is assured. Step into your new life. Destiny is being fulfilled in wondrous ways. I absolutely love that for you. That independent, that new passionate beginning, going it alone, which is never easy, but you're never alone. You always have spirit, and there are always those of us in the spiritual community that can reach out to each other. That's why I want to build my spiritual community so that we know we're not alone and we have each other. So I love this for you, Capricorn. I hope that everything works out great for you. According to the cards, it is. So I will see you guys next week. Bye.